And Kelly, so a couple of years ago, it would have been absolutely inconceivable to me that Arizona, which has been represented by Republican senators for over 30 years and has voted Republican in every single presidential election except one in 1952, that the state has the potential of going entirely blue this election cycle. The polls indicate that it's more than likely heading that way. What do you attribute the shift to? Because it's really been fascinating to watch.
I don't. Well, first of all, I don't know who hands out the colors. Like, there must be somebody in Washington, D.C. that does that. But I think Arizonans really like independent leadership, folks that are willing to work across the aisle to get things done for Arizona and the American people. I mean, your dad did that, Barry Goldwater. There are a lot of examples, and I think they want change. I mean, they're really worried about their health care, worried about Social Security, they're worried about Medicare becoming a voucher program, and so many other things. We've got climate issues here. Border security issues, and often Washington has been failing the state of Arizona on these issues. So I think they're just looking for change and independent leadership.
Captain, we've seen an increased focus on issues of social justice and police brutality in the run-up to the election. President Trump has been using a law and order as a campaign pitch, and also sending in federal troops and arresting protesters. Now, some have also, though, been supporting what's come to be known as defunding the police, but which is really diverting some funding to other programs, such as, mental health programs and things like that. Now, you are the son of two police officers. Where do you come down on that issue?
Yeah, I am not in favor of defunding the police. And Sonny, like you said, both of my parents were cops, but it was really my mom and her journey from going from being a secretary to a police officer that really inspired me, got me working harder. But I think we could all agree that there's racial discrimination in our country that has resulted in too many black men being killed by the police. So where I don't think defunding the police is the answer. Police officers have a very difficult job to do. I saw that with my own parents. So they need to have the resources to do that job. But reforms are needed and necessary. And there's a lot that can be done with regards to independent investigations and oversight and accountability and a lot of other things. But I think the larger issue is, that the zip code you're born in shouldn't be what determines your educational outcome or the kind of health care you get or your success in life. And this is a really challenging moment for our country right now. And I think it's important that we get leadership that can find some common ground and unite us instead of divide us.
Right. Well, to that point, over the summer, Arizona stood out as one of the world's worst coronavirus hotspots. Hospitals were so overwhelmed that the state had to let doctors prioritize which patients to treat based on their likelihood of survival. Now, Donald Trump has taken no responsibility for the now 200,000 deaths projected to be doubled by January, practically, of the virus just the other day. And we heard him give himself an A+ for the way he handled it. Do you agree with that assessment, sir?
Well, Joy, I think you know that I care a lot about science and data and math and facts. And, the math is pretty clear on this. We have 4% of the world's population, and I think 22% of the fatalities from COVID-19. Right. So that metric really speaks for itself. And we have not done a good job. I'd say we've done a very poor job. And if you just go back to February when the administration wasn't sharing the information with the American people, I think Arizonans really would have liked to have that information, that this was airborne, that it was very fatal. And I don't know Americans to panic. That's one of the reasons they gave, but I can't think in anywhere in our history where we've panicked when presented with a challenge like this. So we missed a lot of time, and because of that, that's the situation we're in right now. And I do believe we need leadership that's going to find us a path forward, listen to the public health officials, and come up with a national plan on testing and contact tracing. We still don't have that. And we've been at this now for about 8-9 months.
Mm-hmm.
you know what, Captain Kelly, Arizona would be very fortunate to have you. Our thanks to Captain Mark Kelly.